I was just intrigued around just moving away from the gear rental business, like storytelling.
Yeah.
You know, I find the way you guys go about things quite interesting when it comes to shooting video.
Yeah.
Like you said before, Kieren's definitely like a guy who just wants to get in there. When he was there on the shoot, he just wanted to get straight into it and start shooting stuff. Yeah. I remember this, like, there was one moment where do you remember, like, the photography people were taking photos and you were just like, checking things out, and they're just like,
They're like, don't look at my Lightroom.
I remember that was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Because I thought, like, that is such a cliche, like, photographer response. But anyway, I guess I'm curious from your perspective, how do you guys think about telling stories?
Yeah. This is another thing that has been such a learning curve. Because I think what we've learned from Mark especially is that a benefit of film school as a specific is, like, it really does have a great focus on storytelling and growing that as a skill in yourself. So I think our storytelling ability has sort of been developed over time, realizing that story is a lot more important than we thought. In 2016, you know, we probably thought that a cool as stabilized shot upscaled to 8K in 10-bit was cooler than, like, a beginning, middle, and end story. But now I think we have a different opinion, and that just has been learned by doing. We didn't go to a film school. We weren't taught really, like, I think I was taught more about the importance of story by Hayden Pedersen than anyone I know.
Really?
And as well as clients we've worked with, like, and most of all seeing our work, actually. Like, if we look at videos that we've done with Cameron 3 years ago versus videos that we've done with now, like, our whole approach going into it is, yes, all this equipment is dope and look at this lighting setup we did, but
how does it actually aid?
Yeah, it's so much more important now for our focus to be on story, which it wasn't to begin with. And I think that was also of us getting into filmmaking from a very visual effects background. So like we learnt to do, you know, 3D explosions before. We learnt to do an emotional tight conversation scene.
Well, the thing that made you guys really well known, I think back to it now and how I saw it before I even knew Liam and Mike, was the Call of Duty in real life. Yeah,
it's crazy. Everyone we meet says that a lot. That they have actually seen those videos before meeting us, and they're like, "Wait, you did that?"
Yeah, that is really funny. So that was like your initial, the initial step into storytelling was copying other stories and making it in a likeness.
Yeah.
And do you think, like with Mark and Hayden, was there anything in particular that you learnt from them? Like, as an example, you probably can't see it here, but on the desk I've got. There's a book by Joseph Campbell called The Hero with 1,000 Faces, and it's sort of like the book on telling stories.
Right.
George Lucas read it before he made Star Wars. Like, all those film school types always go on about it.
Yeah.
Was there anything like that in particular?
I don't think necessarily anything stand out. I think it's more just like a way for us, because I think one thing that, just to tie it back to how we've done storytelling, is you know, we would, during our YouTube days, we would turn up to set with some equipment and a couple props and be like, okay, what's the story we're going to make? And we'll just come up with it, like, on the spot. Which I think really aided us in the early days for lower budget videos for clients, because, you know, even though it wasn't a masterpiece, we could come up with something on the day, no matter what.
Yeah, there was a common joke going around at school, because the channel was called KBW Studios before, and all of our friends, like, if you're a friend of Walt or me or any of the other, you know, shout out to Louis, Walt, Campbell, Addy, Kamal, Rod, everyone, shout out to them all, Sanjay, but everyone was in a KBW Studios at one point, and the common gag was like, no story, no worries. You know, you show up at a car park with a few fake props and figure it out. And that's what you do, and that's you figure it out.
Doesn't matter.